Alrighty guys, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't seen yet over the weekend, there has been a crazy record broken by an entrepreneur named Alex Hormozi. He made over $80 million in the space of just 24 hours after the release of his new $100 million playbook. He actually also broke a Guinness World Record for the most copies sold of a non-fiction book within the first 24 hours. Now, for you sitting there right now who's working a 9 to 5, just a normal, average, regular guy, maybe a tradie like I was this time last year, I get it. It seems so far out of reach, it seems too confusing, and it's very overwhelming to think of a reality out there where someone can make $80 million in the space of 24 hours just from their phone or laptop. So what I want to do for you guys today is break down and simplify exactly how he's gone and done this, but to make it work for normal people, someone like you, someone like me, so that you can work towards replacing your income, make your first $10,000 a month following this exact strategy, so that hopefully it can lead you down. Because I remember myself this time last year when I was first getting started out with making money online, how overwhelming it was, how out of reach it all seemed. And when you see people pulling in results like that, it scares you even more. $80 million in 24 hours, crazy, right? So if we jump onto my laptop here, I've broken down exactly how I stole Alex Hormozi's $100 million playbook, but made it work for normal people, people like you and me. So a quick backstory on what's actually happened over the last few days is this guy here, Alex Hormozi, released a free $100 million playbook, how he's been able to scale himself to an 8-9-figure entrepreneur and one of the most successful guys in the space. So this new book that he's released called the $100 Million Money Models sold almost 3 million copies in one day. And from that, he made $80 million profit. Now to put that into perspective quickly for you guys, Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, sold 1.43 million copies in its first day. And that was huge global news. Barack Obama's memoir, A Promised Land, did about 887,000 sales in the first day. Hormozi has literally more than doubled those numbers. He's not a celebrity royal or a president. He's just a regular business guy. And as I said before, what I'm going to be doing for you guys today is essentially stealing his playbook, exactly how he made this money, but making it more tradie-proof, beginner-friendly. And as you see here, even over the last 4 days, I've been able to make $8,000 following pretty much this exact strategy. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I made this money, $2,000 a day over the last 4 days, how I've been able to make well over 6 figures within not even my first year of starting without having to put on a suit or having to get into big business boardrooms. So a bit of a backstory on me, how I went from a dusty tradie to online freedom within only 4 months is I'm definitely not a genius. I'm not a guru, far from it. I'm not one of these, big gurus that you see online making all this money, these switched on guys. I didn't even finish school. This time last year, 12 months ago, I was on the tools and I fucking hated it. That version of reality out there that was becoming very possible, that I'd be on the tools for the next 50 years, just scraping by week, was something that I wasn't willing to settle for. All I wanted was freedom. I wanted my freedom back. I didn't want to make $80 million in 24 hours. I just wanted to be able to make money on my own terms so that I could get off the tools, save my body, spend more time with family, and actually make the most of the one shot we've got at life. So the difference between, I guess, someone like myself, who's more beginner friendly, and someone like Alex Hormozi is he actually works business to business, or B2B, as you say here, online, which I didn't have my own successful business. I was far from it, got no degrees, no qualifications. I just needed something for normal people, something I could wrap my head around, because as I said, I wasn't going to settle for doing the same bullshit for the rest of my life. So that's when around this time last year, I'd started doing a lot of research far and wide because I knew this was the way out. I just needed to get my dumb head around it. Came across these things called high income skills and selling digital products, which is essentially exactly what Alex has used here. But for you here today, I'm going to be dumbing it down step by step. So hopefully you can take a step in the right direction rather than being overwhelmed by these big numbers from these big business to business guys. So just a quick recap in case you haven't seen it, so this all sort of makes sense. What Hormozi achieved, the 100 mil book launch explained. He released a book basically breaking down business, money, all for free, or $1, all you had to do was pay for shipping. So this book that he released actually didn't make him that $80 million, but he sold 3 million of these copies in just 24 hours, which as you see here broke a Guinness World Record for the biggest launch in non-fiction history. And you might be wondering how or why, if I released a book myself, there's no way I'd get this many sales. No one knows who I am. Basically, the funnel he followed, the way he did this was he got attention at scale. He built trust with free value. So these books, he built a lot of trust with the value that he was giving away. He gave it all away for free and then sold a digital product, upselling people who got all this free value from the multiple books that he released, which this knowledge that was packaged into a book funneled down to his offer, where he works with clients already doing $3 to $10 million a year. So when I say business to business, he helps people go from $3 to $10 million a year with their business to scale up. It might sound really fancy right now, but it's just info. He is selling his info and he's doing that through building trust with free value and then converting that over to sales. So just simplifying this for you guys, Hormozi's playbook, how this model actually works. 3 baby steps, really simple. He got got attention with content, free game, going on podcasts, doing collabs with other big people in the space. He built trust so people believe that you know your stuff, because without that, whatever products you guys are trying to sell, whether it's low ticket, whether it's high ticket, if people don't have some sort of trust built in you, they'll just go to someone else who does have that. So this is probably one of the more important parts of this whole funnel, is being able to lead with free value and having a positive effect on people's lives for basically nothing. And then off the back of the trust that he built, he was able to sell info. The deeper version cost money. To get his one-on-one guidance, to get access to live seminars and things like that, this will cost money because he's giving his time, his resources to be more hands-on with these people who are sort of facing a problem in their business where they're unable to scale past $3 to $10 million. This is literally the skeleton of that $80 million that he made in 24 hours. There's no magic touch to it. It's just packaged very, very smartly. So you might be wondering, $80 million, working with people who are making $3 to $10 million a year, try to scale them up. So far-fetched, right? But here's my twist. How I made it tradie-proof, how I made over $140,000 in just this year alone, copying pretty much this exact skeleton, but changing and simplifying just 3 things. So all I did was simplify the product. One clear offer, not a dozen of them, not a million different things going at once, just one offer, one digital product that I'm focused on selling, making it so much more simple than a million different things going at once. Off the back of that, I built a relatable personal brand. So if you follow me over on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you come from, even you're subscribed here on YouTube, I'm not wearing a suit because that's not who I am. There's no staged guru vibes. I know who I am. I'm just a dumb tradie who somehow figured this shit out. And I know there's a lot of you guys out there as well, which built a really relatable brand. And a lot of you guys have been bought into my whole journey from, you know, when I was broke this time last year to obviously where I am now, where I can travel, do what I want, and make some pretty good money off the back of that. And then to get attention to the brand, to the product, all I did for my distribution was just post on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, where my target audience is at, instead of these big collabs and seminars, because it doesn't really make sense for me to do that. So the difference between, I guess, someone like myself and Hormozi is obviously it's business to business. He's working with other businesses, he's in boardrooms, he's got big meetings, he's doing seminars, he's doing podcasts, and that is at massive, massive scale. But for someone like me, it's more business to consumer. It's for beginners, just for normal blokes like myself. So let me just tell you, if I can get my head around this shit within just a year, start making pretty good money with it, then anyone can. But it really is just following this simple funnel of getting attention. It doesn't have to be showing your face or building your own personal brand, but whatever it is you're selling, whether it's physical, whether it's digital, you need attention first. Then you need to build trust. You need to build a relatable brand. People buy off people, especially people they trust and can relate to. And then off the back of that free value that people will take, they will want the paid version. So proof and results here, what actually happened when I copied this strategy. I didn't make $100 million, but I cleared way more than my tradie wage. So when I started this up this time last year, I actually wasn't posting content. I was working with a business, someone like Alex Hormozi, and setting up appointments in the DMs, taking sales calls myself, doing this completely anonymously. And even if you guys want to get into the sales side of things, you're looking for different roles, you've got to make sure these funnels are there. You know, are these people getting good attention? Are they building trust and a relatable personal brand? And off the back of that, are they able to sell this info, making your job as a sales rep so much easier? So all these guys you see online, everything you see online, everything successful follows this exact funnel. And off the back of learning a skill like sales or even marketing, building your own personal brand, it unlocks that freedom. I can now work in the mornings, I can travel in the afternoons. If you look here, you know, that's me in Lombok, Indonesia, getting to work a few hours in the morning from my laptop, giving me that freedom back that I was after. As I said, I didn't want to make millions. I just wanted my freedom back. I didn't want to be stuck on a job site. And this is just proof that the model scales down as well as up, obviously, but it scales down to people like you and me. If you can understand marketing, how to get attention, how to build trust and a relatable personal brand, and then off the back of that, you understand sales, you can sell as well. That's really all you need. All these online gurus chucking out those big flashy words that confuse the fuck out of you, don't get overwhelmed by it, because it really isn't that hard. And my takeaway for you guys, how you can use this without $100 million, without 100 million followers, is to not reinvent the wheel. Just copy what works. That's all it really takes. A lot of people think they need to come up with this flashy, trending business idea that's going to completely change the game for them. But people have been doing this for centuries, not just in the online space. If you look at McDonald's or some of the biggest franchises out there, they get attention, they build trust, and then they sell the product on offer. So guys, please don't overcomplicate it. Don't confuse it for yourself. Don't reinvent the wheel. Copy what works right now and copy what has worked for centuries before and what will work for centuries after. Hormozi has obviously proved that it works at $100 million, $80 million within 24 hours. But right here, I've proved as well that it can work at a beginner level. So the biggest lesson I want you guys to take away from this is to take these big models. You know, you just want a model of success, model of what's working, model what the biggest guys are doing, but don't overcomplicate it. Dumb it down for yourself and make them fit your life. Obviously the end goal for me, I'd be lying to say if it wasn't to make millions of dollars. But for right now, there's just 3 simple steps that I'm following, and it fits my lifestyle. It fits the life that I want to live, and it fits exactly why I got into this. I wanted freedom, I wanted to travel, and just following these steps has pretty much got me here at a really beginner level with someone who had no prior experience or anything like that. Now, as we wrap up here for you guys, I hope this has sort of made things a lot clearer how, you know, it's not a million different steps. It's not going to be hours of grinding and thugging it out. It's just understanding a few simple steps. It really doesn't have to be none of this guru bullshit. Now, if you guys are still confused, you don't really understand it, you don't know what high income skills, sales, marketing, you don't know how to learn them, where to learn them, you don't even know what digital products are. If you want this full digital product course that I created a few months ago, it's 3.5 hours long. This will break down everything for a beginner, someone who has never heard of any of it, step by step. I put hours and hours of work into this to make it as simple as possible. So if you want that free guide, just comment down below, reach out to me on my Instagram here. And if you have any questions in regards to this whole video, the funnels, how it sort of works, then please don't be afraid to reach out. I'm going to be continuing to post videos like this every single week, post every day over on Instagram on my stories, short form, things like that. But really for you guys who, you know, are beginners or you're just starting out, it sort of all confuses you still. You sort of understand that funnel that I broke down for you, but you don't know where to start with the funnel, how to get attention, what products to choose, where to sell them, where to find them, where to even find businesses to work for. I really recommend watching this video. It's basically everything that I've learned over the last 12 to 18 months that has helped me make over 6 figures. Make sure to like and subscribe below. But just remember, these big guys that you see pulling in crazy numbers, just dumb it down for yourself, even put it into ChatGPT. As I said, reach out to me and you'll come to find that it really is so possible. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.